Gavin Newsom in his re-election bid is crushing little-known and underfunded GOP rival Brian Dahle, according to a poll released Tuesday. The Berkeley Institute of Governmental Studies poll found Newsom leading Dahle, a state senator and farmer in rural Lassen County who few seem to know about despite his political history, by 27 points among registered voters, with 52% in support compared to 25% favoring Dahle. Newsom is in a strong position for re-election, with Republicans facing an uphill climb given the huge partisan advantage that the Democrats hold over the GOP in party registration across the state, said the Institute's co-director, Eric Schickler. Newsom's campaign spokesman Nathan Click said Tuesday that through a global pandemic to record wildfires, Governor Newsom has been battle-tested. Now he's defending our rights from Republican assaults on the national stage. Californians strongly stand behind him. Dahle acknowledged the challenges he faces getting his message out to voters. My biggest challenge obviously is to get known in California, Dahle said, noting he's been in the legislature 10 years and has experience in the Capitol. That's a positive for me. The challenge for me is to get that message out. We'd love to have a debate with the governor. Tuesday's poll found it's not so much that voters find Dahle or his ideas off-putting. As with Newsom, more people have a favorable than unfavorable opinion of him. But 58% have no opinion of Dahle at all, including more than 1 in 3 Republicans, compared to just 8% with no opinion of Newsom. Dahle faces other headwinds as well. According to the most recent campaign filings, he has raised a little over $1.5 million this year, and after spending more than $1.2 million, has about $300,000 in cash left. Newsom has raised more than $6.7 million this year and, even after spending more than $7.7 million, has almost $24 million in cash left to spend. The poll results are perhaps unsurprising for heavily Democratic California, where nearly 62% rejected a September bid to recall Newsom from office. Top Republicans who ran as replacement candidates if Newsom were recalled ranged from conservative talk radio host Larry Elder to Kevin Faulconer, the moderate former mayor of San Diego. In the June primary, Newsom led the field of 26 contenders with almost 56% of the vote, while Dahle came in a distant second with nearly 18%. Thad Koser, political science professor at the University of California, San Diego, said Dahle faces a tough fundraising landscape in an election where Newsom's re-election seems inevitable after the failed recall, while Republicans have a shot at retaking Congress. For a Republican to win the governor's seat would probably require being wealthy and largely self-funded, Koser said, like former Gov. Arnold Schwarzenegger and former candidate and Hewlett-Packard Enterprise CEO Meg Whitman. No one's willing to make that bet that a Republican can win in California unless somebody is willing to bet on themselves, Koser said. Dahle has distanced himself from former President Donald Trump's 2020 election fraud claims, which has boosted his ability to appeal beyond the GOP base, Koser noted, but his campaign has lacked some of the energy and creativity that defined past races. Neil Kashkari, challenging Jerry Brown's 2014 re-election, spent a week living as a homeless person in Fresno for a campaign video highlighting poverty and the struggles Californians face. Dahle said he's doing everything I can with social media, that type of ground game. According to the most recent figures, 47% of registered California voters are Democrats, 24% are Republicans, 23% declined to state a political party, and the rest are scattered among minor parties. That poses a monumental challenge for any Republican contender. Tuesday's poll responses were quite partisan. Among registered voters, 71% of Republicans said they'd vote for Dahle, while 80% of Democrats said they'd vote for Newsom. But Newsom also led Dahle 47% to 20% as the choice among the sizable block of California voters declaring no political party, and by a nearly identical margin among those who call themselves moderates. Newsom also led Dahle in every age group, race or ethnicity, education level and geographic region of the state. Dahle's greatest support was in the agricultural Central Valley and the North Coast and Sierra region. Newsom's highest level of support is in the Bay Area, where he is favored by 64%. This latest poll found his overall approval rating has inched up to 53%, his highest mark since September 2020. Curiously, a majority, 52% of poll respondents continue to say that California is on the wrong track, compared to 40% who say the state is heading in the right direction. That's only a slight improvement over February, when 54% said the state was on the wrong track and 36% said the state was heading in the right direction. That presents a window for the right Republican to close the deal with California voters, if not this year, then in the near future, Kosar said. Californians are frustrated with what's happening. Polling is continuing to show Californians think the state going in the wrong direction, Dahle said, who marvels that Newsom seems to be getting a pass on a lot of things, from homelessness to the drought, rampant wildfires, and subpar state schools. We have 77 days left, and I asked people, tell me what he's fixed. Kosar said Dahle comes across as a reasonable, respectable, good government person who would probably be one of our better governors. He has a platform, he has guaranteed coverage, he's not going to win, but he has a chance to change what people think about him and his party, Kosar said. The poll of 9,254 California registered voters was administered online in English and Spanish from August 9th to 15th and funded in part by the Los Angeles Times.